Some of the things I bring along with me when I go snowboarding with Blair is, first of all, I have a backpack that I can put her snowboard on, so it has these Velcro straps, so that's great when we're going to and from the mountain from wherever we park. And some of the extras that we bring along is definitely a lot of snacks. That's another nice thing about using the chairlift, is that it's time to have a little snack. What's your favorite thing about being on the chair?
Eating snacks.
So we bring lots of snacks with us. I usually bring some wipes just because parents usually bring wipes everywhere you go, so we bring those as well. I bring some water for Blair, so if she gets thirsty, we can have some water. And then I usually bring her harness backpack as well, so depending on what terrain we're using, sometimes she wears her harness with the leash on it, and sometimes we just do hands-on turns. So as a parent, always remember to bring extra stuff along with you. You might want to bring extra mitts or gloves in case they get wet. You could bring an extra neck warmer or balaclava. You could bring a hat along with you from getting to and from the mountain if they don't like wearing their helmet all the time. And definitely a helmet for safety always, always, and goggles. Or you can use sunglasses as well if they're more comfortable wearing sunglasses. So Blair's snowboard is a little Never Summer Shredder, and it's 80 centimeters long. So she's been using that since she was 18 months old. That's the smallest size they make. And next year she'll be 4, and we'll probably get her a 90 centimeter snowboard, and that'll be a bit better for her for next year. But you don't want to go too big too soon. Better for their snowboard to be a little smaller than it needs to be. Just makes it easier for them to spin it around and move around on the board.
On your first time snowboarding with your young kids, you can just pull them around on a flat area or small slopes that you can just walk up without even using a lift. When it comes to gondolas, it's pretty easy because you're just getting in them. Same thing with the magic carpets, it's generally pretty easy to learn how to do that. The one lift that's intimidating for people on the first time is a chairlift, like the one we have behind us. So I've got 2 main tips for riding a chairlift with your young kids. The first tip is, I actually like to keep both their feet strapped into the board. And what that means is that they're not going to have the board hanging off one foot or the other, which is just nice for these really young kids. And then the other tip is that when you work your way up to where you're going to be sitting down in the lift, ask the lifty if they'll slow the chair down. Let them know that it's your first time with your child, and they'll usually have no problem doing that, which makes it way easier.
So getting on the chairlift with your kids for the first time can be a little bit intimidating, but there are a few things you can do to make it a bit easier on yourself. So first, start by talking to your children about the steps that they're going to do to get on the chairlift ahead of time. And then when you're here at the chairlift, take your time and let them watch a bunch of different people getting on the chair, talk them through it a little bit again, and then give it a try.
Teaching your kids to snowboard can be very difficult
And funny.
And frustrating sometimes. And some days are really hard, but the good days are worth it, and it's really fun. Is it fun to snowboard with Mom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the toughest things about teaching kids to snowboard is just managing your own expectations. A big part of getting them into the sport is just getting them used to putting all the gear on, getting to and from the mountain, and not worrying about how much time they actually spend sliding on the snow to start with. You want to keep it really fun and positive, and you can start to think of some fun little sayings, like when Blair falls down and she's trying to get back up off the snow, I like to say 1, 2, 3, tall like a tree, because that's always fun and it makes her laugh. And sometimes if she falls down, I'll give her a little tickle and keep it fun, so that even if it's getting tough out there on the snow and we're doing hard work, that's okay, because you guys are really good at doing tough things, right? Is snowboarding fun? Yeah, snowboarding is fun. You just want to keep it as positive as you can, and that way your kids are going to want to come back and try it again the next time.